Good evening, sir. How are you doing?
Good evening, Abhishek. How are you?
Yeah, I'm very good, sir. Welcome to the Booknerds Author Agency podcast.
Fine. Thank you for inviting me to this podcast. And I'm very happy that I'm joining Booknerds on this podcast.
That's a pleasure, sir. Pleasure is all ours. So, sir, first of all, I would like to congratulate you for your book on Sanatan Dharma. So, as I I was going through the Book Nerds Instagram stories, and I just discovered your book. So I was immediately drawn to it, and I was fascinated because I've been always fascinated by this particular topic, like religious concepts and Sanatan Dharma, especially.
Yeah.
So, in the present times, when people they seek scientific explanation, like for anything and everything, and for any phenomenon occurring in the universe, I think your book can answer a lot of questions like people have in their mind about Sanatan Dharma and religious practices. So I was really when I went through the book, uh, I can after going through the book, I can really uh, feel that it's indeed a masterpiece and it can give insights and a proper direction to a lot of people who are willing to get into this particular realms of spirituality. So, sir,
That's right. That is the aim of the book. And I'm happy you've gone into it in detail.
yeah,
And in fact, I'd like to tell you something that this book is first of its kind ever.
yeah,
Giving such scientific connections to what is given in our ancient texts
yeah, that's what I felt.
of,
Yes.
of Sanatan Dharma. Because Sanatan Dharma is based upon our ancient texts
Right.
and not on anyone's imagination or what. So it is entirely based upon the text, and my book is entirely based upon the ancient text.
Yeah, I know. So, sir, as you come from the science background, and especially even I am from the medical background, so
See,
what personal experiences or epiphanies led you to integrate science with spirituality?
you see, when I uh, started, I started writing books in 2012. 2012 was my first book,
Okay.
and thereon I've been writing books. Then in 2018, I published Understanding Sanatan Dharma and Sanatan Dharma Ek Pura Vichar, that was in Hindi. And uh, then this is my latest book.
Yes. Yeah.
Now you see, I've been studying texts, and
Mhm.
as an engineer, like I have a science background,
Yeah.
and so when I went through uh, some of the things in the text, I found they were very scientific. For
Yeah.
example, you see, I tell you, uh, you have heard about Einstein's special theory of relativity.
Yeah. Yes.
Okay. Now, uh, according to this theory, if you travel with the speed of light and go to a distant star,
Right.
stay there for 10 minutes and come back, so
Yeah.
your tens of thousands of years would have passed on Earth.
Yes. Very well. Yeah.
Now, exactly the same thing is given in our text about Bhagwan Shiva. So he takes a king to Vishnu Lok to for him to meet Bhagwan Vishnu. They spend about 10 minutes there. And when the king says, okay, let's go back, so Bhagwan Shiva says, there's no point going back because so much time has already passed on Earth.
Yeah.
So there is a direct, and these texts were written tens of thousands of years ago. And we find the same thing in Einstein's special theory of relativity.
Yeah.
Similarly, the system of time which is given in our ancient texts, it also shows different time dimensions between Earth, that is Mithilo, the Pithilo, the universe of souls, and the Devlo and Brahmalo. So these are all at different time levels. So, for example, if 1 second has passed on in Brahmalo, 1 lakh years pass on Earth. So that is the difference.
Yeah.
So similarly, I found a lot of other virtual instances where some of the very advanced research is done recently in modern sciences.
Mhm.
Something far advanced is given in ancient Indian texts, right? So there is another example, like in 2012, there was the discovery of Higgs field.
Yeah.
So according to the discovery of Higgs field, uh, all the physical matter has emerged from Higgs field. Okay. Now, when you look at the definition of Higgs field, and when you look at the definition of Brahm, you understand?
Yes.
It is identical. It is identical. And not just in one text, in so many texts.
Right.
And when we go further, modern science has discovered only Higgs field. But in our text, they're saying that there is another field, which is the field of consciousness,
Yeah. You have
which is
mentioned.
parallel to this Higgs field.
Yeah.
And consciousness is something which modern science is totally clueless about right now. Modern science doesn't know anything about consciousness. But our ancient texts, they exactly define. So our texts define like so many things. They are far advanced to the modern science.
Yeah. That too, like 10,000, 15,000 years.
And that too, yeah, that's like thousands of years ago.
Yeah. Right. So that is
Yeah.
very true, sir. What I've personally felt is that when you connect to maybe the Akash Tattva that you talk about, so of course, as you made the comparisons as well in your book, like the use of the modern technologies, they are mostly based upon connecting to the Akash Tattva, basically, by the means of satellite or by the means of the mobile technology that we use. So we can feel that how much benefit we feel like by connecting through these technologies. So I think it is in the same way when we basically connect to the spiritual world or maybe the spiritual realms or the Akash Tattva through various practices like mentioned in the Sanatan Dharma. Only then
Yeah.
we'll be able to experience that. It's just that we have to practice a lot of things to experience.
Yeah, unless you practice, you cannot really see the power of these practices.
Yeah, right.
See, you can, you unless you experience unless you experience the thing, you cannot realize the power.
Yes.
So that is the thing. And as far as Akash Tattva is concerned, in fact, you see, it is the Akash is basically space,
Yeah.
space, the three-dimensional space, basically.
Right.
Okay, now I have explained in the book how God is all around you, how Brahm is all around you.
Right.
And the analogy is just like the field which connects your mobile phone to the tower. See, there is an electromagnetic field which connects your mobile phone to the tower.
Yes.
So similarly,
Only because Like I wanted it to be a surprise for our readers because uh, uh, the examples that you have or the comparisons that you have made, like they are so easy for anyone to understand.
Yes,
A
yes,
lot.
yes. That's right. So just like the uh, this white field is everywhere, wherever you go, inside your pocket, inside you, everywhere. Similarly, Brahm is also all around you. And the difference is that while the mobile electromagnetic field is not conscious, but Brahm is also conscious. Brahm is conscious. So that's why he says that God is all around you and God is seeing you all the time and God is hearing you all the time. And it is beautifully explained in Srimad Bhagavad Gita. And I have detailed it out in the book.
Yeah. So you have used a lot of like comparisons from the references from Srimad Bhagavad Gita as
Yeah.
this Durga Saptashati as well. So, of course, the words by Lord Krishna, they are undeniable. But would you like to complement them with the scientific explanations as well?
Yeah, that's what I have given in the book. I have uh, I have given the exact scientific basis of all the practices and all the beliefs, which are called beliefs, but they are not beliefs, they are actually real facts.
Right.
And I have given the scientific basis of all of these things in my book. For example, when we say how God is all, like in our text, it is said that God is all around you, God is watching you. So I have explained it scientifically how God is all around you and how He is hearing you all the time. So uh, I hope you can make that. And similarly for many other facets, in Sanatan Hindu Dharma.
Yeah, true. Uh, okay, nice to hear your words, sir. So, sir, I like how would you respond to the critics? Like there are critics as well everywhere.
Yes.
Like for the films, like I make a film or we act in films, we have to go through the words of the critics as well and the critical analysis as well. So
Yeah,
how do you
yeah,
respond to the critics who might argue that like science and spirituality are mutually exclusive?
yeah. You see, basically, I tell you, modern science has demarcated because they have not been able to understand spirituality, and
Right.
they want really seeing the God as the proof of existence of God. Okay, that's what modern science believes.
Right.
And they have compartmentalized okay, this is spirituality and this is science. So anything spiritual for modern science, it is a belief, it is not science. They're presumed basically that anything spiritual is
Something
not
that
science.
yeah, all right.
But in my book I have exactly explained how
Mm-hmm.
God's God exists in physical form. And Devi Devtas, they also exist in physical form. It is written in our text. And like Bhagwan Krishna, he is controlling the Brahma. And Devi Mahalakshmi, she is controlling the field of consciousness. And that's why she is called Mahamaya.
Yeah.
Okay. So the fields are there, universal fields, which have no beginning or the end.
Mm-hmm.
And the gods are controlling these fields.
Right.
Okay. Similarly, Devtas, they exist in physical form in Devlok,
Mm-hmm.
and they're controlling all the functions of the earth sitting there. So they are the controllers.
Right.
So right now we may not have any physical proof of all that, but this research is it is a door open to an extensive research which can be done on these topics.
Right. So as per you, like the doors are still open, and as like in science as well, not everything has been proved till now.
Yeah.
So
See,
same going on.
even Darwin's theory, like modern science has declared it as science, but it is till now it has not been proved. In fact, recently it has been disproved that dark evolution cannot happen. Like man has not emerged from chimpanzees.
Right.
You see, it is already proven scientifically. So, but because they have declared it, so it is science.
Yes, that's true. So, like, sir, you have put together a lot of scattered jigsaw puzzles of life together. As you have already mentioned that, you've quoted that in your book as well. So, like, how do you feel that when we practice the things that are there in the mentioned in the Sanatan Dharmas or various texts, how they're going to help the mankind, especially?
Yes. You see, basically, what you have to understand is that this entire existence has emerged from intelligence.
Right.
Okay. That I will explain in the book. How this entire existence has emerged from intelligence. Okay.
So that in a way contradicts the Darwin's theory of evolution.
It might contradict, but that is what is written in ancient texts.
Right.
That this entire existence has emerged from intelligence.
Right.
And from intelligence, the physical matter has emerged. Okay.
True.
And the purpose of life on earth is to
Yeah.
enhance, correct, and enhance our intelligence. And all the practices in Sanatan Dharma, all the real practices in Sanatan Dharma, they are to enhance this intelligence.
So
And
that is the overall, yeah, carry on.
and lot of, some kind of research is being done in America also. And they are also saying that reading Sanskrit verses, it enhances your intelligence. So in Germany, in many schools, Sanskrit is already made compulsory in UK and Germany. So since the purpose of life on earth is to enhance intelligence and generate knowledge, this is what I explain in the book. So all the practices in Sanatan Dharma are to enhance the intelligence. Okay.
That's very logical.
And it's very logical. When you fully understand the complete system, it is very logical. And
Right.
that is how it also connects to the karma, the concept of karma. Okay. Because you have to generate knowledge. And without karma, you cannot generate knowledge.
Of course.
Right?
I think a lot of questions the people have in their mind are actually being answered like through this book. So
Yeah.
but
So I'll tell you one more thing, that the system I have described in the book,
yeah,
it will answer all the questions any person may have about God, about life, about fate, about destiny, whatever question any person may have in mind, it will be answered in the book. The answer is come from within you. Once you read the book and understand the book.
That is definitely it's like I think once you read the book, like as a reader, like what I felt is that you will develop a deeper connection with the spirituality, and maybe your faith for these spiritual practices will definitely be will be more once you
Of course,
through the
of
book.
course.
Yeah,
Yes, certainly, certainly.
yeah,
See, once you know the reason,
yeah,
see, right now, public, general people,
yeah.
they don't know the reason. But once you know the reason, then you realize the importance of a particular thing. So when you realize the importance, then you go out into greater depth. Because,
Yeah.
see, if you see all the scientists in ancient India,
Right.
they were rishis, they were sages first. All the
That
scientists in ancient India,
yes, I read
they were
something about.
first sages
Yeah.
and then they were scientists. Okay. So first of all, you have to raise your level to a higher level yourself. And then you get into research of science or whatever field, whatever profession you are in.
Very true.
Then you can achieve great heights, great success.
Definitely.
Mhm.
So, like, I have one more question in my mind, like that I wanted to ask you. Like, how do you envision the future of like science and spirituality together?
Yeah. You see, the starting point may be trying the practices. Okay. Once you start the practices, then you will realize the uh, potential and effectiveness and power of the practices.
Right. Once you
Once, one,
experiment them, only then you'll be
yeah,
able to.
yeah. And because when I started practices, I did not know any of these things, any of the scientific facts. But when I saw the power, the results of those practices, then I went deeper into the science behind all the practices. So that's how this book has come about. So going into the practices, going into the practices is very important.
Yes, that's very important. In fact, like when I have been practicing like many mantras, the recitation of mantras, and so I can myself feel the difference, like, and it's uncomparable to anything, like, and even the benefits that you get, both physically and emotionally and mentally. So the power of the mantras can be only felt when you are actually practicing them in your daily.
Practicing. Exactly, exactly. And one more thing. You
Yeah.
see, all the Vedic practices
Mhm.
will be effective. Like
Yeah.
the success in all these practices
Yeah.
will be there if you are following certain basic fundamental rules. You understand?
As in, like,
So
can you just
if anybody is not following the fundamental rules,
Mhm.
then the results of the practices will not be so much. But once you and I have mentioned all these fundamental rules in the book.
Right.
Once you practice the fundamental rules, once you follow the fundamental rules, and then you do the practice, then the results are fantastic, immediate.
Yes. That is like the control over calm, krodh, moh, lobh, ahankar. And maybe then if you practice, then the results will be extraordinary, exemplary.
Yeah, exactly. Once you follow the rules and then practice, then
Yeah.
then you will get the results very fast.
Very fast, indeed. That's very true, sir. But it's just only if you have to really reap the benefits, then you have to practice. I mean, to all the
Yes,
viewers and like to all the readers who will be reading the book, of course, they are one step further because that's why they're inclined towards reading such a book. So, but then you have to develop it in your life. Only then you will be able to reap the benefits.
that's right.
Yeah, that's very true, sir. Yeah, sir. So, well, finally, I appreciate the clarity and the layout and the framework of your book. And the book in my hands, Sanatan Dharma, a complete scientific analysis. So, sir, like I personally feel that anyone who is willing to get into the spiritual field should definitely read this book, and it will further enhance their belief in the path of spirituality. My
Yeah, in fact, I like to add that
yeah,
once you read the book, it will no longer be a belief, but it will be a real thing in life.
definitely. That's what even I felt. So even my
That's
like yes, definitely. So it's like from the core of my heart, even I felt that, and it has definitely enhanced my experience as a learner in the path of spirituality.
Thank you so much.
Pleasure.